Dave Palumbo here with Chris Aceto at the Olympia Expo. The 212 prejudging is just let out. Two-man battle, as we thought. SHAUN Clarida, KEONE Pearson. What'd you think, Chris?
I thought it would come down to this. 100% sure. That would have been my prediction, even though I didn't predict it. It's an easy prediction because I did say it was a slam dunk for SHAUN Clarida, but it was not a slam dunk.
Yeah.
I think he's going to walk away with the title, but it's closer in some shots than I would have expected.
You know, Kareth Baggio will probably finish third here. I thought he might be a person to be of concern because he's bigger than those two guys, but it seems like the detail in KEONE and SHAUN Clarida is just too much for Kareth. I don't know if Kareth is a little older. He's got a lot more muscle, but these guys just have that, like, we called it. It was like Wheeler versus Ronnie Coleman on a smaller scale.
That's what this boiled down to. I mean, I think, you have two different physiques. You have Clarida with, greater muscle density, maturity, the lights out back double like a Coleman, so that's got to factor that out. But it's kind of a little, there was some distension going on there like Coleman too, which hurts him. Maybe I haven't noticed it in the past, but you notice it against a KEONE because it's two different type physiques. It's, KEONE's wider, and you see that in the back lat spread. KEONE's wider, you see it in the front double, and those are two shots I would have KEONE winning, including abs and thighs, surprisingly, those three shots. But I think when you get down to the nitty-gritty, we're still looking for a lot of density and a lot of, just, wow, that's muscle, and that's where, Clarida shines.
I think Clarida has had a little bit of issue the last couple of years, but I think, he's gotten so big on that small frame that there's no place for that muscle to go. But I didn't find it a detraction at all, to be honest with you. I mean, if you catch him in a bad pose on a picture, I'm sure the social media will crucify him, but when he was hitting the mandatory poses, I thought he was very dominant. I don't think he was as hard as he was last year, but I think his fullness might have won him the show.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. The irony is that this is, I think, the biggest that he's been, and it was, by himself, you say, I would say, I like him better, tighter, but it was more effective against KEONE because at the end of the day, even if you say, okay, KEONE's got this, KEONE's got that, it still comes down to being canceled out by the density factor.
Yeah, and let's face it, it's amazing to say, but SHAUN Clarida is actually big, looks bigger than KEONE Pearson to me.
Well, he is. I mean, pound for pound, he's he's a bigger guy. The only,
we've never said that about SHAUN though. SHAUN's always the smaller guy.
We say smaller, but he's freaky pound for pound, frame for frame. You know what I mean? So, I
have Clarida by a hair, but you know what? They might rejudge this tonight.
I think Clarida's going to win. I think that, it's a great showing for KEONE because there are poses, in my opinion, the abs, thighs, back lat spread, frontal bicep, that KEONE wins, and even side chest is close because you got a bigger guy with great shape versus a smaller guy who also has really good shape and just happens to have pound for pound as much muscle as anyone in the in the sport.
I would like to see KEONE put some more size on his legs, or maybe more detail in his legs. There's something that's not maybe matching up to his upper body.
They look tired. You know what I mean? They look like they separate sometimes, and sometimes they fade, and usually that is, an indicator of either being too depleted or having done too much, cardio, and they just, they don't have a rugged feel.
Week they'll look amazing. Probably.
Yeah, they'll probably look,
Well, we won't know who's going to win this event until later tonight. It looks like Clarida has the edge coming out of prejudging. I'm sure there's plenty of people that would say otherwise. We'll find out later. Make sure you stay tuned to our RX Muscle coverage tonight. King Kamali, Lee Priest, and Dennis Wolf will be doing a live play-by-play as the men's open prejudging happens, and then they'll be doing a post-game show immediately after. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with Chris Aceto from the Olympia Expo. We'll see you later tonight.